Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti is a way of greeting each other. When we meet, we say either good evening, namaste, and so on. Similarly, when we meet here in Raj Yoga parlance, we say Om Shanti, which implies I am a peaceful soul and the person who I am interacting with is also a peaceful soul. So we are at the same wavelength. Sister Pratibha read out the whole biodata and said, towards the end, you can see where you are sitting, in front of whom you are sitting. I will request you to forget everything, what has been read out to you. And let us sit in a very informal, heart-to-heart, conversation-like atmosphere where we are able to exchange our thoughts coming from your elder sister. I think I'm the oldest here. From your elder sister, Asha. So forget all the degrees, all the positions, everything, because they're very temporary. This is the first step of awakening wisdom, that all these things are just temporary. A person is never born with all these things and never goes with these things. Isn't it? Remember the Alexander the Great, what he said. When I leave this world, show my both the hands from the coffin that I am leaving empty-handed. Not even a needle can be taken by me. But we have become so used to these kinds of designations and status, positions, and so on. They're like music to the ears. And if perchance one degree is missed out, feel little inside. Oh, she didn't say about this. She didn't talk about this. How nice it would be if the introduction goes like this. That she's a good human being. I'm waiting for that day when people say that she's a good human being. Basically, this is what we are, isn't it? So, talking about leadership through wisdom, we are all living in a world where every day something or the new comes up. Peter Drucker, the management guru of our times, he says, If we collect all the books of the world and burn them, they will produce much heat and less light. They will produce much heat and less light. Meaning, we learn very little from them. Very little wisdom is there. A lot is about information. There are three things. One is information. Second is knowledge. And third is wisdom. Information, there's no dearth of it. And there's no end to it. And if I say this information explosion, there's no exaggeration. Side by side, along with information, now misinformation explosion is also coming up through social media. And anything based on misinformation can end into tragedies. So, information is essential. It is necessary. But merely to act on the basis of information, that can ask for a lot of energy and lot of wisdom. When it comes to knowledge, yes, it gives us clear perspective, what is right, what is wrong. We are able to assess. Yes, knowledge is essential again, but you will observe if a person living with you gives you knowledge and you having a lot of faith in the person, just take it without any bias, without questioning, without thinking the pros and cons. Again, it can turn into different decisions, wrongful decisions. Mind you, people living along with you, they can win your faith so much that you start believing those people, and whatever information, knowledge comes from them, you take it as right. And there's all possibility of getting into wrong direction. We have been talking about various kinds of leadership. Transformational leadership, intuitive leadership, inspirational leadership, and server leadership, whatnot. And now, leadership through wisdom. What is this wisdom? What is this wisdom? Wisdom that is based on truth. And wisdom comes to us through experience. Anything that comes before me, I experiment it, make use of it, apply it, implement it, find the results, see the consequences, and well, there is wisdom in it. And keeping that wisdom in mind, when I start working on the basis of the experiences of this organization, which is present in 137 countries, and people of different cultures, different nationalities, different backgrounds, different races, and all of them living like a family. A question occurs in the mind. What is that kind of leadership? Generally, after the founder of an organization goes away, the institution tends to become weaker and weaker and weaker and fades away. What is it that after passing away of the founder, the institution has grown by leaps and bounds? What is it? There is no leader as such. There is no person, one person, because the first thing I said, leadership based on wisdom, and wisdom is based on truth. Out of box thinking, it is said, if you think the way you have been thinking, you will always get what you have been getting. If you always what you have been, you will do what you have always been doing. If you do what you have been always doing, you'll get what you have been always getting. A change is required at the basic level of thinking. What is the truth that makes the leadership through wisdom prosper? What I said in the beginning, that we are looking at everyone's, I extend my hand of friendship toward the one who has certain status, certain position. We call ourselves human beings. Do we behave as human beings? Or we behave as human doings? We ask each other, what do you do? Do we ever ask, what are your good qualities? What are your virtues? What do you do? And we have identified ourselves so much with what we have achieved from this world that we are not able to dissociate ourselves from it. We are not able to disengage ourselves. You remember what Vivekananda said when he goes and knocks at the door of his guru. The voice comes from inside. Who are you? Who is that? And he says, this is exactly what I have come to learn from you. Who am I? Who am I? If I ask you this question, you will give me a variety of answers. Sister, I am Kenyan, I am Hindu, I am an engineer, I am this, I'm a journalist, this, I'm a businessman, and so on. Who are you? Who am I? Have you ever asked this question? This is the basic truth that we need to understand. Who am I? Once I understand that I am a spirit in this body, I'm a soul, spiritual energy in this body. What is it that makes me behave as to be as a live person, living person? What is it? What is it that goes out of this body, and this body is considered of no good at all, and it is cremated or buried, and so on? What is it? When I ask you who are you, you give me the answer that I am a Hindu. Hindu is your religion. Who are you? Who are you? In spiritual terminology, we call it soul. And when, let me tell you one thing, our founder, he said to us one thing right way back in 1936. Leaders create leaders. This is wisdom. This is wisdom. Leaders create leaders. Why? So much wisdom is there. If I am taking care of, say, one front, and I am doing my job very well, but if I do not make anyone else like myself who can take care of that front, I will have to remain at that front forever. But when I make someone else also like myself, then I have every opportunity to move ahead. There is someone who can take care. Right? Right? Someone who can take care. I move ahead. Leaders create leaders. They make others like themselves. This is wisdom. And when we make others like ourselves, there are so many other things, because now I am seeing everyone as a soul. Just as I am a soul, the other person also is a soul. All those good qualities that a leader is supposed to have, I'm not saying, but supposed to have. Number one, acceptance. When you consider the other person is also like yourself, I have so many good and bad qualities in me. I have been accepted by my seniors. The other person with whom I am dealing is also a human being with plus and minus points. Do I accept this broad-mindedness? Broad-mindedness to accept others comes from where? This basic wisdom that everyone is different. And when everyone is different, everyone has their own plus and minus points. I also have to accept them. Third thing, a good leader never rejects anyone. Never rejects anyone. Meaning, what sort of a leader then I am? A good leader takes everyone along with him or her. And this is what I saw in this organization. The founder, one person, he had just as somebody he does not have a single good quality, a useless person. But it is your eyes, your wisdom to find a good quality in a person. Our founder used to say, a person has 99 bad qualities. At least one good quality will be there. And that one good quality can turn the tables. And I found that. He never rejected anyone. Never, never, never. Looked at the quality, whatever good quality a person had, and he made use of that quality for service. To give you one small little example, there was one brother who wouldn't do anything. But wherever our founder went, he used to be present over there. Founder goes to the garden, he is there. Founder goes to the kitchen, he is there. Wherever, he would be accurately present over there. The founder watched this and he saw that this person is very accurate, punctual. Good quality is there at least. One day he called him and said, I do not have any accurate person, a person who can do this job. And what was the job? To start the boiler, because we needed hot water. In those days in Mount Abu, early in the morning, we get up early in the morning, 2:30, and we have a shower in the morning itself. It used to be very cold. So someone was needed who could start the boiler and everyone gets hot water. So Baba said to him, I have not found anyone so accurate, punctual, but this is your good quality. Child, would you do that? Yes, Baba. And he started doing it. Up to the end of his life, he was able to do that. That rejected thing. Wisdom says every person has some or the other good qualities, but we need that divine eye of wisdom to find out those qualities. Hence, listen, third thing, appreciate everyone. Who doesn't need appreciation? Tell me. Who doesn't need? As human beings, supposing, now I give you a very practical example. My son comes and tells me, Mama, look, my report card, I have stood first in my class. Do I appreciate? Yes. Do that? Yes, child, you have done very well. Keep it up. We shower our love, give him special gifts, so that the child is motivated and encouraged. Let us ask ourselves, the people who are there with me, are they my workers, my juniors, or are they my assets? How do I look at them? If I consider them to be my juniors, workers, my attitude will be different. But when I consider them that I exist because of them, I am what I am because of them. If this kind of appreciation goes, and I pat a bit, pat their back, and say a few words of encouragement, appreciation, I tell you, you probably know Dr. Abdul Kalam. Dr. Abdul Kalam was the President of India, and he had very good relationship with the Brahma Kumaris. He had a secretary, private secretary, Sheridan. We had invited the president to a program, and after that, the president said, "Yes, sister, now further you can have communication with my secretary and I will introduce him to you." You know, when he called Sheridan, how did he introduce? He said, "He is the pillar of my office." President of India saying for his secretary, "He is the pillar of my office." Tell me, that person will work hard or not? He will make day and night equal to keep the flag flying. Right? Right? Same thing holds good. This is wisdom. This is wisdom when you motivate, appreciate a person for the good work that they are doing for you. I am because of my colleagues. If I look at them as my juniors, as my workers, no, my colleagues. I am what I am because of them. Behind all these things. Similarly, everyone is a unique person. How many of us keep this in mind? Generally, when something happens, what do we say? When she can do it, why can't you? This is what we tell our juniors. When so and so can do this work, what is wrong with you? Why can't you do it? You must have read Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He starts his book with this. When we compare our people with others, we are hitting their self-respect. we are hitting at their self-respect. We entirely forget that we are different people. No two fingerprints are alike in the world. True? No two fingerprints are alike. I am a very unique person. Similarly, others are also very unique. No one is like the other one. No one. So, looking at the individuality of the person and respecting them by comparing them, we encourage in them either superiority complex or inferiority complex. And this is a very big cause of children becoming frustrated day by day. Comparison. No. The knowledge that we learn here on the basis of the experiences, we learn that everyone is unique. Everyone is a special one. There is no replica of you in the entire world. God has made you so unique, so special, you cannot find a replica of you anywhere in the world. Can you? There is no replica of you. You are so special. This is wisdom. If I understand this, and I simultaneously look at others also as such unique beings, leadership can be of different kind. Similarly, we are all souls, as I said. We have our own personality traits. We have our own thinking style. We have our own judgment power. We have our own set of actions, karmas, different personality traits. If this appreciation is there, any company, any family, any nation needs cooperation of all. Isn't it? And in order to have this cooperation, if this is built up, just as we have a bouquet of flowers, flowers have their own role. Leaves have their own role. Stem has its own role. Isn't it? Similarly, every one of us, wherever we are, in whatever position we are, with whosoever we stay, this has to be borne in mind. Just as I have my own likes and dislikes, similarly they also have their own likes and dislikes. Do I have empathetic consideration for them? Do I have empathy for them? Empathy meaning putting yourselves in others' shoes and then looking at the problem. And then, when this appreciation is there, this understanding is there, then it is not one rose that makes a garden, different roses. Not one rose that makes a bouquet, all the roses together, along with leaves and stems, then they make a bouquet. Similarly, there are certain things where we need to work to develop this wisdom. We need to work. How? First thing, be in your self identity. Who am I? I'm the master of my senses. Once, no, I used to work very fast. And if anyone slow was there, I would get upset. Past. Now I'm a changed person. So, past. One day, we had one person in our office who would take 5 minutes to come from there to this place. So slow. This would irritate me a lot. So one day, my elder brother was sitting there, and I was getting little worked up. He was watching. He said to me a very nice thing, "Sister, no point in getting upset. If he was like you, he would have been in your seat." He would have been in your seat. He is what he is. You are what you are. So, first thing is this. Second, self-respect. We need to maintain our self-respect. Self-respect, which comes from my own good qualities, whatever qualities I have, respect them. Have that self-esteem. When you have self-respect for your own good qualities, then wisdom says you will also look at others from that angle. Second thing, considering yourself to be the master of the situation. At times, we just burst out our anger. If I'm angry, I'm angry. And people dread their officers. Don't want to come in front of them. This is no leadership. This is no leadership. If people dread you, they are scared of you, can't come to you, what sort of a leader you are? A leader takes all his people along with him, does not leave behind a single person. Hence, develop that loveful attitude towards everyone. Human beings are human beings. Why I am saying loveful? Anger cannot win friends. Anger cannot win friends. In fact, you will lose your respect if you just burst. People can fear you, they cannot love you. You want to be loved or you want to be feared? Yes? You want to be loved or you want to be dreaded? Do you want people to be fearful or you want your people to be loveful to you? Yes, obviously. Yes? Speak up. Love. Love. And this love comes from inside. Why? Basically, we are all good human beings. We have wisdom, we have purity, we have love, we have peace, happiness. Why I say love or peace? Is there anyone who would say, okay, it's fine if I am not loved by anyone? Is there anyone? Why? Is there anyone who would say, well, anger is my nature, I don't mind. I want to remain in angry state always. Would anyone like to? Why? Because wisdom says you are not an angry kind of a person. It is something which you do not like and this is why you get upset. We are loveful, we are peaceful, we are wise, we are happy people. But we have identified ourselves so much with the acquired things that we have forgotten our original self. Wisdom says, go back to your roots. Go back to your roots. Your roots are what I said just now. These are your qualities through which you have to be a leader. Encourage them. How will you do that? How will you do that? There are ways. What we call talking to the self. All of us get time. I don't agree that we have no time for ourselves. Although people say, sister, I have no time, I keep so busy, I have no time at all. But take my little request and consider it. Today, if you give time to yourself, you'll be able to get 4 times more time in your daily routine. How? Your thinking, which is at times very wasteful, very negative, you learn to have control over it. When you start having control, the waste thoughts, they keep on going on. No end. And you waste your time, you waste your money, you waste your energy. And you're not able to take decisions. You're not able to feel satisfaction, work satisfaction. Why? Because of this wasteful thinking. Start giving time to yourself and you will be able to save time. This is why I said, talk to yourself. Second thing, practice silence. This is my experience. When I keep my mind in silent state, my intuition starts working. Because we have so many speedy thoughts, intuition has no room to work. You sit in silence, all be yourself, and intuition starts working, which at times brings solutions to the problems what you were looking for so many days. Third thing, learn to appreciate. Appreciate your people. 4. Practice meditation. Meditation, it comes from the Latin word medere, which means to heal. Heal what? Heal the wounds on the soul. Those wounds are jealousy, hatred, bias, anger, addictions, and so on. These things will help you. And potentiality is there within you. It is lying latent and dormant. Go back to your roots, connect yourself with the roots, and these things will start sprouting up. Okay? So, wisdom says, be in connection with the self. We try to build good relationships outside in the world. How nice it would be that I build good relationship with the self. ठीक है? Okay? Okay? Remember, and this has given me a lot of motivation and strength. Once I read a saying in front of a church. This encouraged me a lot. A right is right, even if no one does it. And wrong is wrong, even if everyone does it. So wisdom lies in doing the right thing, even if no one is doing it. Right is right. I end my talk with a small little exercise. Can you draw a circle, imaginary circle? Small circle, can you draw? You have done it? Okay, write the name of the person who you love the most. Write the name of the person who you love the most. You have written? Yes? Written? Okay. Now draw another cycle. Another circle. Little bigger one. Done it? Okay. Now write the names of the person who you love the second most. Okay? Now the third circle. Little bigger. Name of the person who you love third most. Done it? Okay. Can you tell me what have you written? Yes?
The family.
Hmm?
The family comes first. So that's how the first one belongs to the closest. And then
Okay. Can you tell me?
For me, the same, also the family. In the English.
Family. Okay.
Then my grandson.
Grandson. Then
My daughter.
daughter. Then
My wife.
then my wife.
She's not here, right?
Okay. Any other answer? Wait, those who have done this exercise before need not answer. Yes?
I wrote my wife,
Yeah?
then my mother,
Mother,
then my brothers.
then brothers. Has anyone written their own name in the first circle? One person. Two. This is exactly what is required. Wisdom. When you love yourself, you will be good and you will be able to give this leadership to your people. You'll be also looking at them with that goodness. Right? So love yourself. Just as if there's any scar, what do? We immediately try to remove it, isn't it? We don't like that scar to be there. Similarly, if there is scar on the soul, who will remove? This scar can be removed by dermatologist, plastic surgeon. How about this? From where will you bring any surgeon? You are the surgeon. You are the person who has to do it. Okay? With these words, I put an end to my talk. Thank you very much for giving me patient hearing. Om Shanti.